Welcome back to the King's Corner, the place for all things Bethesda. I am the KingFanMan, and this is the KingCast, the live podcast where we do cover all things Bethesda. And we've got a lot to talk about, as always, today. We've got Starfield in the news, we've got Fallout 76 in the news. Hey, we've even got Fallout 4 in the news, and we're going to talk some sad news about E3 as well. And of course, we will have your comments and questions because we are a subscriber driven podcast as always. Well, Bethesda, we'll start off with Fallout 4. Bethesda gave us some news this week. Hey, the Area Uncensored, what's going on? Bethesda gave us some news this week that we're not getting our Fallout 4 next gen update this year. We're going to have to wait. Hey, Dale, what's going on? We're going to have to wait until next year. But that's okay. I'm hoping that this means that they're putting something really good in it, maybe something really good that will go along with the TV show. So maybe it means we're going to get it around April, maybe around April 12th. Wouldn't that be good? Maybe they're holding off for around the TV show. I would love to hear what you guys think about that. Do you think they're having trouble with it? Do you think they're holding off because they didn't get it done? Or do you think they're kind of waiting for that TV show to come out? Remember, they're also bringing Creation Club content with it. And I thought it'd be fun just for a minute to talk about what you thought might be in that Fallout 4 bundle. You know, we've got the Skyrim next gen update, and it had fishing and some other things in it that was really cool. But there are some really neat Creation Club stuff that some DLC size stuff that are out there. And I want to mention a few that I think might be in the Fallout 4 update. And I'm hoping they're working on something new. Maybe. You know, it's been a while since Bethesda surprised us in a good way. But hey, they're doing it with Fallout 76 right now. We're going to get to that news in just a little bit. But let me give you a few of the things that I think are going to show up in that Fallout 4 next gen update. I think the dog rescue from Creation Club will get in it. I don't know how many of y'all have done any of these. Hey, Cirque, what's going on? Hey, Dale. Hey, Thomas. Thank y'all for being here. Dog Rescue has a small quest line where you can pick the kind of dog breed you want, and then you get to go out in the wasteland and find it, and that dog becomes your companion like dog meat. Whether you want it to be a German Shepherd or a Husky or a Boxer or whatever kind of dog you want. And it's just a neat little thing. Zayton Arsenal is a really cool one because it brings the Zaytons into Fallout 4. And of course, they're already in it a little bit anyway, but it's got a really neat quest line and then brings all kinds of neat weapons into it. I hope they add that. There's one called the Sentinel Control System Companion, where your suits of power armor that you've gained all through the game actually can become your companions. That's a really neat one, and it has a really cool quest line along with it. There's a short one called Tunnel Snakes Rule. Anytime they bring the factions back into it, I think those are cool. Speaking of that, there's the Return of the Enclave. That's a really cool little quest line. Captain Cosmos has probably one of the best quest lines for the Creation Club. And then my favorite is the Gunners versus the Minuteman. I don't know how many of y'all have played that. I think one of them is called Warpaint, and then there's several. There's two or three where the Minutemen are battling the Gunners. But I mean, there's a whole big section of those, and those are larger DLC types. The Captain Cosmos is a bigger one too. I really hope they put those bigger pieces of Creation Club content in that Fallout 4. Basset Hound, you want a Basset Hound? Dale says he wants a guinea pig. Oh man, does that mean mod support for Starfield is coming earlier? It sounds like it. We're going to get to Starfield as well. They did mention mod support. We've got some bad news about Starfield too. Again, bad Starfield news is there again. Man, they just can't shut up. They just can't close their mouths. But anyway, I thought it'd be neat to talk about Fallout 4 for a minute. I would love for them to be working on a Los Angeles boneyard. I was hoping they were doing it for Fallout 76. If they do not do something related to the TV show for either one of the games, then guys, they announced the Fallout 4 next gen update in 2022. Okay. So they're going to have 2 years by the time they release this thing. Obviously the TV show was announced. I don't know. It's at least been 2 years since the trailer of the TV show. They've had plenty of time to do something major for either Fallout 76 or for Fallout 4. If they do not do something for one of the Fallout games and release it right around April, then I don't know what the marketing department's doing and the developing department for that matter. It's crazy. Okay, with that, yes, there is new content coming to Starfield. There is new content coming to Fallout 76. That's the good news today. So do y'all want to start with the good news, or do you want to start with the bad news of Starfield? One of the Starfield developers he just went off in an interview. I don't know why. I don't know why they won't hush. But y'all tell me, good news or bad news? Dale says bad news first. Anybody else want to vote? We got a bad news first, just like that. You always go with the bad news first, right? Of course. Yeah, let's get the bad news out of the way. I like that. Let's get the bad news out of the way. Emil Pagliaro, is that how you not say his name? Y'all know Emil. He's one of the main guys there at Bethesda. And I want to say this at the first. I am not beating up on him. I'm not going to beat up on him. In fact, I'm going to try to defend him as much as I can. I do think it was wrong for him to say this, but I do understand his frustration. Okay, I will say that right off the bat. Obviously, he is responding to all the critique that Starfield has gotten, and he is responding to some very negative and abusive comments. Some of the threads have gotten where the developers were responding in Steam. In fact, one of those threads made it to Twitter, where Emil himself had very abused. He wasn't doing it, but toward him, he received very hateful and abusive personal attacks that they literally had to shut down the comments. They got so bad. Okay. So that's what has spurred him to come back and say this. But sometimes you just got to hush, you're just making it worse. Have you ever heard the saying, my daddy told me this a long time ago, and it's really good advice. If you stir in dog poop, it's just going to make it smell worse. Just leave it alone. you can't fix it by stirring in it. So there's your advice for the day. Emil, you didn't listen. You stirred in it. Okay, this is what Emil came back and said. He said, gamers are disconnected from the realities of games and game development. They don't, he said, don't fool yourself into thinking you know why it is the way it is. Yet they speak with complete authority. Okay, can I say this right off the bat? Gamers have the right to say they don't like games. They don't have to know how a game is made to be critical of a game, because a game is made for a gamer. I said this and I stuck up for Starfield, and I will continue to stick up for Starfield. I believe the content is there if you know how to find it. And I'm being beat up for saying that, but I do believe the content is there if you know how to find it. And people are like, no, it's boring, it's not there. No, it is. It's hard to find. I have said off the bat that may be bad game development. It may not have been structured right. But listen, gamers have a right to say whether they like a game or not because it's made. I mean, that's kind of like saying somebody driving a car can't gripe about a car that they're driving because they didn't make it. That's silly. It's silly. Anyway, let's continue with this argument. He says, yet they speak with complete authority. He said, I can guess what it takes to make a Hostess Twinkie, but I don't work in the factory. So what the heck, he's cursing, do I really know? Not a lot. But I would want to ask him, I would stop him right there and go, but can you gripe and know whether it tastes good or not, doofus? Oops, I said I wasn't going to say that. See, a consumer can say, this don't taste good. I don't want to eat it and not know how it's made. Good grief. This is so silly. He's just stirring in it and he don't even know what he's saying. But he said, I really get it. Gamers spend a lot of money and then they don't enjoy. But, so he tried to understand them for a minute. But he said he takes issue with the critics that speak with authority but have little to no experience in the industry. He said, when I was writing game reviews forever ago, I was absolutely that person who would say whatever I wanted to about a game, good or bad. But throughout that time, I had no inkling of what a game development was actually like, how hard designers, programmers, artists, everyone worked, the struggle to bring a vision to life, and the stress. Okay. Emil. I know every game studio goes through that same stress. I'm talking right to you, Emil. Every game studio goes through that same stress. It don't matter how good the game is or how bad the game is. That has nothing to do with the gamer and whether he enjoys the game or not. The gamer still has a right to say, I don't like it. And they do have the absolute right and authority to say, this is not a game that I like. This is not the game that I wanted. Okay, y'all tell me what you think. I think he should have just hushed. I mean, I understand where he's coming from. I can't imagine what they go through. I feel for him. I can feel his passion in what he's saying. I hurt for him as he's saying it, but I'm like, please, because I know it's just going to hurt Bethesda with him saying this. I'm like, please hush. Please hush. But y'all tell me what you think. Thomas said Emil lost a great opportunity to remain silent. Yeah, amen, Thomas. Amen. Dale says content is there, mechanics are there, creator depth is selective, and the incentive to become invested and immersed is lacking in what I deem critical parts, unlike what was promised. I give kudos to Bethesda for building the most stable game on release that I've ever played from them. That's true, absolutely. I still say there's what I believe is lacking with Starfield is just a little bit in game design. The game design is just off just a little bit. There's too much hidden because what shows up to the average gamer. I mean, you're talking to someone here in my audience that spend hundreds of hours in Bethesda games, okay? Most average gamers, especially the ones that are really attacking them, are not the diehard Bethesda fan. We are going to find the content, and we're probably not going to lash out and get mad even if we are a little disappointed. But there have been times that I have been a little disappointed with Starfield, but I kept going and kept looking, and then I would find more. Those people, when they got a little disappointed, they put the game down. See, that's the difference. It's not good for a game to disappoint you. So there's some bad there in the game design, because it's true when you show up to a planet, you tend to walk up on the same 4 or 5 buildings. because they put them on a percentage roll. In other words, you've got a higher percentage chance to go run into those same 4 or 5 buildings. Now, there are 105, I believe it's right, 105 different kinds of buildings you can run into. And I guarantee you, every one of those people that are griping haven't seen half of the content that's in Starfield. They haven't seen half of it. I still haven't seen it all, and I'm over 400 hours in. I've just learned how to find some of it. You got to walk on past those ones you've been to before. For starters, you've got to get to those that are rarer to come up. But again, most people won't do that. Most people just get bored. They say it's not there and they put it down. So, lashing out at the consumer is never right in my book. It's never going to be good. Even though I feel for them and understand, it's never going to be good because I've not lashed out at anybody. Y'all have heard the last Kingcast was all about trying to I tried to defend Starfield. If y'all will watch the last Kingcast with an honest, open mind, I was telling people and I even gave tips about how to find the content. I didn't lash out at anyone, but I've still gotten beat up over it. And it's not from you guys. It's from the more average gamer that's not a 100-something hour Bethesda person. So Dale says, always remember who your customer is. Don't make them angry. They'll go elsewhere. Absolutely. Hey, Jeremy, what's going on? Everybody has their right to say what they want, good or bad. Absolutely, 100%. And the consumer that is buying it, that you're making it for, absolutely has a right. I don't have to go and work for Bethesda before I have a right to say something about it. That is so silly. That was the silliest argument I have ever heard in all my life. I'm sorry, Emil. I am a Bethesda defender through and through, but that was silly, and you just made Bethesda look bad. That's bad. I feel for you. I feel for your passion. I feel for what Bethesda's gone through. I know the devs and everybody worked hard on Starfield. I can't imagine the work y'all put in on it. But lashing out at the consumer is not good. Dale says, I think reception would have been better if the illusion of meaningful choices on how and why you become involved with Constellation with better narrative execution. I agree. Hey, Psycho, what's going on? I gripe about them all the time, only ever made one game. Oh, that's great, Psycho. Matt says Starfield is kind of like the new 2024 Mustang. In both cases, people are just hearing things and doing not any critical thinking. Well, that's true. That's true. And we are definitely in an era, and y'all will agree with this. I mean, this is true. I think y'all have seen a change from the Skyrim days, and I'm not comparing Starfield with Skyrim, but I have seen a difference just in generations, if you will. Maybe it's social media, I don't know. But in the days of Skyrim wasn't perfect either. I mean, it was a great game, but it wasn't perfect. But you didn't have the griping and complaining and the nitpicking. I mean, the nitpicking from since Skyrim, you have had Fallout 4, Fallout 76, and Starfield. And yeah, there's been problems with all the games, but they have nitpicked them to death. And what I think, has there been some changes with Bethesda? Yes. We could talk about that all day. But I think the biggest change, in my opinion, has been with fans and people. Maybe it's social media, but I think people like to gripe today. That's I really do. Okay, where was I at? Dale says the Crimson Fleet storyline was fantastic, a bit heavy-handed in the introduction, but it's excellent. I feel the same thing about the Vanguard. I think the Vanguard is still the best faction quest line in a BGS game. I love it. Great story arc, well executed as a whole. Jeremy says, I mean, the devs have the same right to say what they want to. Yes, they do, Jeremy, but they've got to know. I mean, Emil has to know there's going to be backlash for this. It's going to hurt the company. It's going to hurt. It just is. Dale says, is the creation kit for Starfield available yet? No, but it's coming. It's coming. I'm about to talk about that right now. Psycho says 76 is my favorite Bethesda game since Skyrim. I love 76. Y'all know how much I defended it, and boy, did it get some critical gripes. Hey, my Mississippi Queen. You think people like to gripe? No, I disagree. Everyone is so happy and uplifting these days. Hey, Miss Queen. Yeah, let's talk about Starfield and the content that's coming. They put out a little press release this week. Of course, there was an update that came out, but along with the update that came out, they have promised us moving forward next year that they are going to give us updates pretty much every 6 weeks, big updates every 6 weeks. And 3 things that they promised us are coming soon are city maps, which everybody's been wanting, mod support, and of course, what comes with mod support, the creation kit, and all new ways to travel. And we can talk about all 3 of those if you want, but all of those are exciting. You know, localized maps are going to be great because, of course, that is a shortcoming in Starfield. Mods are going to be great for Starfield. And I know there's some problems with it. I know there's not problems. There's going to be difficulties with mods because it's all new. Things are all new with the new engine and all that. But I believe in modders. I believe they're going to do a bang up job, and they're going to jump right in and go. There's already some great mods out there for it without the creation kit. So I have no doubt when the creation kit comes, there's going to be some great mods. And then this tease that they gave, all new ways to travel. And, you know, early on in the concept art, I don't know if y'all saw it, but there was an icy planet and it showed a man standing out beside some kind of vehicle, some kind of small little vehicle. So I'm wondering if small little like rovers, you know, the moon rover. I wonder if that was not an idea early on in the game. I wonder how much development they put into that. I wonder when it was taken out because it was at least in the early concept art of the game. And if I had my screen share and had it close, I would pull it up and show it for you. But it is in concept art. From the very beginning, it was a thought. Again, I don't know how much time they put in on it. I don't know if they did any work in developing it, but it was in the thought. But now they are saying all new ways of travel. You know, that gets me excited. Are they talking about on land? Are they talking about with the spaceship in the atmosphere? I don't know, but any of that sounds good. Make an addition on any of that is so exciting. That's why their commitment to Skyrim, to Starfield for 5 years, if they truly will jump on this game, and I'm about to talk about 76 the same way. If they will get back on 76 doing what they're doing, if they will give us content every 6 weeks in a major way, think about how good this game can continue to be and how much better it can get. Look what they've done to No Man's Sky. Look how good it is compared to its launch. So, I mean, you know, we may have eventually a spaceship that we can fly in the atmosphere. We may have a rover that we can drive on the planet, and you know they're hinting to that coming very very soon. So that is great. Psycho says I'd be thrilled to see even a bicycle in a Bethesda game. Oh, Taco, you working it today now. Dale says I'm not worried. Mods and devs working together will flesh it out. I agree 100%. New modes of travel. I hope one of those become illegal mechs. Oh man, that would be amazing. You would think in a DLC at least, maybe not an update, but a DLC, they're going to do something with the mechs. The two things I have thought is that we're going to get a DLC of an alternate universe. You can just see that coming. You can see them screaming that from a mile off. And with those mechs, they're going to do something. I mean, in 5 years, they're going to do something with the mechs. There's going to be a DLC. It'll be something like Automatron. Remember what they did with how we had our own robot? I believe we're going to get a DLC with mechs as well. I don't think it'll be an update. I think it'll be a DLC you have to pay for. But yes, I do believe we'll get a DLC too with the mechs. That will be wow, where you can make your own mechs, you can customize it just like Automatron. There it is. Bethesda, there are two of your DLCs right there, alternate universe and mechs. What do y'all say, guys? I like them. In fact, I think Shattered Space is going to be an alternate universe. I've told y'all that. Hey, Baxter, give me a saddle and let me tame one of those space pigs. We can already tame them. That's right. Yeah, you can just ride one of those. House Varoon content, please. That would be good. I love anytime they do the factions. I'm not getting off of Starfield, but if y'all will let me and allow me, let's continue to talk about new content for just a minute. And I want to talk about Fallout 76. If y'all been watching my videos lately, I have done 2 videos this week on new locations that have been found out in the world that Bethesda hasn't told us about. Now, I love when they do this, okay? And they may be doing this with Starfield as well. It's just so big, you can hide things so much better and easier. So every time they do an update, I don't know if y'all have known this, but surely by now, in 5 years, y'all have known this. Every time they do an update, they will put stuff in the update where they do not put it in the patch notes. You have to go find it. So I used to love going out into the world and looking for whatever they were doing. Well, it was almost like when Jeff Gardner leave, and I keep going back to that practice kind of just went. In fact, there is a place. Is it called Jones and Brothers? Maybe not. It's the place that's got the glass greenhouse, and it's got a robot now that's working on it. It says under construction. Well, it's been under construction for like 2 years now. Anyway, they were supposed to do something with that. That was one thing that they did in an update. They made that one start to be under construction and then never did anything with it. But that was about when all of the Fallout 76 content just kind of quit for some reason. Whether it was COVID, whatever it was, we don't know why it all quit. Again, we've heard rumors that Microsoft almost pulled the plug on 76. There's a lot of things that we don't know. But they're back to doing it again is the thing that's wonderful. So there's 3 places that we know of. There's a 4th that I'm about to go check out. Somebody else gave me one that is, they said there's responders in it. I don't know. I'm going to go check it out and I'll make a video on it if it is. But if y'all haven't watched those videos, y'all go check them out. But one is the Crosshair. It looks like it's a deserted mine. It looks like a place where could be a quest line or an event coming. There's the Ingram Mansion. It used to have cultists all over it. Now it's going to be a nightclub. I don't know what that's going to be. I don't know if it's going to be a quest line. That tends to look more like a quest line than an event. And then there's the Mirelurk Den, which I do think is going to be an event. But again, those are really cool. And then there's one that looks like the responders. So really excited that they're starting to do that. That's at least 3, maybe 4 on top of Atlantic City, and then Starfield saying, "Hey, we're bringing you new content, every 6 weeks." That's not counting the hot fixes and updates and all those other. This is the big updates that are coming with content. So if they will commit to these games like they were, I don't know what happened, but Bethesda magic can come back and I can get excited again. And man, um, I did hear from a dev about Atlantic City Part 2. I want to give you all this real quick. More exactly what Atlantic City Part 2 is going to be. They are expanding on Atlantic City, where it's offering more unique locations. You can go free explore. Um, you can't set up your camp there, but you can go explore. There's going to be a third expedition mission, and he said several quests. So there's several quests and quest lines that are going to be there in that Atlantic City Part 2. So that's good to know. So that's quite a lot of content if they bring all that content pretty soon. All right, let me catch up with y'all. Matt says, in Fallout 76, do people not take advantage of the motherlode drill to skip around the map? I use it quite a bit. I had forgotten about that drill. I did a video on that a long time ago. Yeah, that's a cool thing. It goes to, I think, 3 different places, Matt, if I remember right, in the world. Dale says there is one crewmate you can hire that studies mechs, and having them play more of a role in your planet-side colonies would be a great DLC in Starfield. Oh man, that would be fantastic. I don't know if I've run into them. Crewmate that studies mechs. I'm trying to think. Do you remember where you pick them up, Dale? I don't know. Dale says, love playing Fallout 76. One other thing I wanted to talk about, then we can talk about whatever else y'all want to talk about today. I know y'all heard this week. More bad news. Man, I'm getting, Mars. Okay, great. More bad news this week. It was announced that there is going to be no more E3, that we have seen the last of the Electronic Entertainment Expo. It started back in 1995. I had the pleasure of being able to go to it in person, and I'm so thankful that I did get to go to it before it was over. But it is no more. The president of the Entertainment Software Association made the statement to the Washington Post. His name is Stanley Pierre-Louis. After more than 2 decades, he said, of hosting an E3 event, E3 will be no more. And when asked what happened, he said, well, the publishers left. So people like Nintendo, Microsoft, EA, and then Sony was the last one. They kept pulling out and doing their own thing in other spots. Microsoft left E3 and went right next door, so they killed it. They literally killed it, and that's what the president of Entertainment Software Association said. I don't know what y'all felt about E3. I loved E3. E3 was like the Super Bowl of gaming. I loved it. I guess now, like the Game Awards that were the other night, we're going to see that turn into E3, which it already is anyway. But E3 will what they used to do at E3, all the announcements and everything, it will coalesce in 1 or 2 places again. It always does. I just hate that we're losing that, because I think it was such a great thing. Quit it, Dale. I know I said it and I went right past it. But yeah, they pulled out all right. That's been a while coming. It has, really, since COVID. I mean, it was going downhill even before COVID, but yeah. Dane, thank you so much. Oh man, thank you. y'all do not know how much that means. There is a super sticker for $5. I was looking today. YouTube won't pay you until you get to $100, and I'm at 65, so I think I'm at 70 now. Thank you, Dame. I might get paid this month. Yay! Thank you, Dame. I appreciate it so much. Dale says you pick her up in one of the bars by paying to bribe the guards. I did pick. Is she the real chatty one in Sedonia? I did get a crewmate in the bar at Sedonia that's real talkative. But anyway, thank you, Dane, so much. That's awesome. So, with all that we have talked about today, Fallout 4, Starfield, Fallout 76, we have got a lot, and we haven't even talked about the new Bethesda games that are coming. If they get back on track with these games, which it really looks like to me they are, I'm more excited about Fallout 76 than I've been in a long time. And I've not been upset with Starfield. I still love Starfield. And I think Starfield is going in the right direction and going to. Again, they've got over half of their studio that's working on Starfield. So if you love Bethesda games like I do, I think we're looking at some great times. I do want to hear from you guys. Do you think, and what do you think, if you do think, what do you think they are going to give us around April 12th? What are they going to give us Fallout around April 12th, game-wise? Surely Bethesda is going to do something around the TV show. I am always positive. Tacos are always a positive topic. What do you think Bethesda is going to do? Nuclear winter, yay. Hey, Big T, what's going on? It's been a while. Great to see you, man. It has been a while. What do you think Bethesda is going to do around April the 12th? Don't you think, with them having 2 years to do something, do you not think they're going to do something special Fallout for us? And if they do, will it come through 76? Will it come through Fallout 4? Or will it come through a new game? Hey, I'm serious. Is it a Fallout spinoff? Is it Fallout 5? What do you think they're going to do? They have been so quiet. Psycho, thank you, Psycho. I'm gonna get paid this month. Y'all keep going. Thank you, Psycho. You're awesome. I really want to know. I want to know what y'all think. If they do nothing. If they do nothing with Fallout, and I'm talking gaming wise, then I don't understand. Y'all have heard me mention it in other podcasts, but what happened to The Witcher during the Witcher TV series was unreal. The Witcher 3 sales went through the roof, and that was just because the Witcher TV show was popular. Well, you can't wait to see if the Fallout TV show is popular. You have to have something ready to go. They've had 2 years. What are they going to do? Is it Fallout 76? Is it Fallout 4? Or is it a new game? I've been hearing for a long time now that there's chatter about a Fallout spinoff game. Is that real? Is it already in the works? What do y'all? I really want to know what y'all think they're working on. Surely it's something. And I know they love to surprise us with stuff. Fallout New Vegas again. Yeah. Hey, there's a lot of people that don't think that's real. I'm telling you, when the head of Obsidian says that it's all done except for on paper, and that was a while ago. They have had the talks. They have had the serious talks about that game, and they came to an agreement. And he said it's all done but on paper. So, do I think it will be ready by April? No. Oh, I'd love a remaster too. Well, we know a remaster of Fallout 3 is in the works. Oh, I don't want a new mobile game. Don't say that. I want something good. And I know that works for them because mobile games, Fallout Shelter is still their most. They've made more money with Fallout Shelter than any other game, I think. I'm thinking TV themed wallpaper for the atomic shop. Oh gosh. Y'all are killing me. I thought we'd get some great ideas and y'all are being realists. I like Big T's ideas so much better than we did. The last time I talked about this, somebody said, well, we got the Vault 33 suit in Fallout 76. Golly, a Fallout dress. Surely we can do better than that. I mean, we need a DLC for 76 called the Boneyard and go to Los Angeles, or we need that in Fallout 4, or we need a whole Fallout spinoff game called the Boneyard. I mean, they've had 2 years. 2 years is more than what they had to make New Vegas. Didn't they make New Vegas in less than 2 years? I mean, I know it was full of bugs, okay? But a Fallout chess set, cool. Real home build plasma rifle kit. Now that's cool. That's cool. Fallout chess. I think Fallout chess would be cool. But again, I want to know what they're going to do in the gaming world. They've got to do something. Drop hints about a full Fallout universe incorporating all the Fallout locations. Oh, wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that be great? Well, again, if they do not do something, honestly, something incorporated with the TV show, it will be such a shame. They've had so long to do it, and it may be they just don't have the personnel to do it. I don't understand that with 4 dadgum studios. I would be reassigning some folks already in those 4 studios. I've already said I would have me a Elder Scrolls studio, a Starfield studio, and a Fallout studio. But of course, I'm getting older. I want the games to come faster. I'd like to hear them release of a Fallout 1 and 2 reboot in Creation 2 or Unreal. Yes, that would be that would be awesome. That would be awesome. Drop Creation and use Unreal. The only problem with dropping Creation, it would change everything in the world. They couldn't make it where you pick up everything and do all that in the Unreal Engine, is what I understand. That's the reason they use the Creation Engine. I'm surprised no one is writing Fallout novels. Fallout 76 Boneyard DLC. Yes, yes. Either that or a whole spinoff called the Boneyard. Or again, I would even go for that in Fallout 4. Do a Creation Club mod. That would be amazing. Anything like that. Because something in Fallout is going to, if the TV show makes it at all, and I think it will, the way the TV trailer looked and the reaction to the TV trailer, I think it's going to do great. And looking how good The Witcher did and Witcher game sales did, something is going to go crazy with Fallout. Some kind of game is going to go crazy. And you need a place to point people to. You know, you can't just say, well, we got a lot of Fallout games, you'll go play them. If you've got something that is Fallout Fallout TV show themed, that's where everybody's going to run to. And boy, if there was something new like that coming out that people could play, man, that would be great. Starborn in the Fallout universe. Amen. Amen. Absolutely. Absolutely. 100%. Well, I'm excited. I believe 2024 is going to be a much better year as a Bethesda fan. I really do. I think Starfield's going to get better. I think Fallout 76 is going to be better. It looks like they're back on their feet with Fallout 76. And I believe they're going to keep that commitment with Starfield, and I already love the game anyway. But if they're going to really improve it every 6 weeks, the way I hope it's not just a shallow promise. But if they're really going to give us major updates every 6 weeks, and then on top of that, drop DLC, man, that sounds amazing to me. Plus, on top of that, the games that we already know that are in the works. We've got the Oblivion remaster that's coming. It should be coming very soon. We've got a Fallout 3 remaster that's in the works. So those two we know are in the works. Again, we've talked about the Fallout spinoff that is possibly in the works, which is amazing. And we haven't mentioned the Marvel Blade game, the Indiana Jones game. I mean, there's so many games out there that are right on the verge of being here. I love Oblivion. Yeah. And for those that don't know, the Oblivion remaster is a hybrid of the Creation Engine and Unreal Engine. The graphics are going to be Unreal Engine, and the mechanics are going to be the Creation Engine. And this is what I mean, y'all. You cannot have all the interaction with the world in the Unreal Engine. So to be able to pick up every single little item, they had to keep the Creation Engine. But yeah, but the graphics are going to be in the Unreal Engine. So they have actually combined them for the Oblivion and the Fallout 3 update, from what I understand. So you're going to have the Creation Engine for the mechanics and the Unreal Engine for the graphics. So I can't wait to see what Oblivion looks like with the Unreal Engine. That's going to be great. Dale says Fallout London, though it's a mod, it's going to be the first look on an international effect of the apocalypse. Yeah, and it looks really good. They've done an amazing job at that. Unreal Creation Baby Engine, the Frankenstein. Yeah, it's a Frankenstein, and they learned a lot because the Fallout 76 engine is a Frankenstein engine. It is a multiplayer engine that is morphed with the Creation Engine. So they learned how to do it with that, and now they took that knowledge and are doing it again with Oblivion and Fallout 3. What I would really like to see them do, and I don't know, y'all may be against this, I would like to see them do a remake of Fallout 3, not a remaster. Just keep all the voices and music and all that, but actually remake the world and the mechanics, because the gunplay and all that is terrible in Fallout 3. But everything else I love in Fallout 3. But y'all remember the difference between the gun mechanics in Fallout 3 and Fallout 4. They had a huge leap from those two games, because they got id Software to help them with Fallout 4 and Fallout 3. They were just learning. That was their first game outside of doing the Elder Scrolls, that they had ever used a weapon. So other than a bow and arrow. I do love the remaster games, but I wish they would focus on getting the new games out. Need a new Elder Scrolls before I die. Amen, Baxter. Amen, 100%. 100%. I agree with you. That's why I said they've got four main studios. They got four main studios with Maryland, Montreal, Dallas, and Austin. Why can we not have a Starfield studio, an Elder Scrolls studio, and a Fallout studio, and then you have your multiplayer studio? I would love that. And they've got all kinds of support studios anyway. Why not? Then you could have a game that came out every 2 years. It would make them more money. It would make Microsoft more money. And you could still have the quality of the games coming out because the people would still have just as much time to work on them because you would have somebody constantly working on the games because you'd have a studio that and and Todd says, well, people don't like to work on the same thing all the time. You could have the devs rotate in there. I don't want to work on the Elder Scrolls all the time. Well, that's fine. You could rotate studios if you wanted to. But having studios, I mean, they've got a whole studio that's nothing but a mobile studio. Montreal is nothing but a mobile studio. Now, they work on other things at times. Montreal did the Skyrim update. They're probably doing the Fallout 4 update. But again, which would you want more? The Fallout Next Gen update or the next Elder Scrolls game? Or the next Fallout game. I mean, I want the next game. Again, I would rather you give that to, I mean, you're under Microsoft now. There's so many studios out there you could get to do these other pet projects. Then Dallas is nothing but a either VR studio. They do mostly VR stuff. Those are two studios that are absolutely wasted, in my opinion. And then the Austin studio, which is supposed to be working on Fallout 76, but they're not working on Fallout 76. They're working on a brand new game because there are 3 outside studios that are now working on Fallout 76 that are not even called Bethesda. So you've got three studios, 3 out of the 4 studios. Y'all got me on my soapbox. 3 out of the 4 studios that are not working on Fallout, the Elder Scrolls, or Starfield. So let's go to Maryland. There's the only one that's working on Starfield and the Elder Scrolls. You've got, according to Todd Howard, you've got 55% of Maryland that is working on Starfield. That means there's only a little over 40% that is working on the next game out of 4 studios. You have less than half of a studio working on the next game out of 4 studios. Now, y'all tell me that that's how those studios should. Again, I know nothing about game development. Emil, don't get mad at me. But that is not how I would divvy up the people. And it's sure not going to bring the games quicker. Yes, I want Starfield DLC. Great. But only having less than half of a studio working on the next Elder Scrolls game, having nobody working on Fallout 5, it makes you want to cry. Okay. Where was I? Big T says Fallout 4 was great. Elder Scrolls for sure. Okay, I got everybody. Well, guys, we are down to the last 7 minutes of the podcast. That means y'all can talk about anything you want. If y'all got questions for me, comments for me, let me know, please. And I've got to run out of here quick when the podcast is over. I got to go fill up the baptistry at the church tonight. That's a good problem, I guess, but it's quite a ways from the house here, so I got to run. But if y'all got questions or comments, y'all please let me know. Again, thank y'all for the super stickers tonight. I appreciate that more than y'all know. Thank y'all very much. Anything of what we talked about or any other thing in gaming y'all can talk about, please let me know in the last 5 minutes here of the show. It's y'all's. Whatever you want to talk about. Psycho says, have a good week, everyone. Absolutely. Absolutely. I appreciate y'all so much for being here on the KingCast today. I enjoy Saturday so much when I get to sit down and talk to y'all. The Mississippi Queen says, bye, y'all. Thanks so much, everyone. I do appreciate it. Thanks so much for everything y'all do. If y'all haven't watched the videos that I put out this week and y'all are interested in Fallout 76, please check those out. They will be the first thing y'all will find on my channel. So y'all check those out. Thanks for watching. Y'all have a great rest of your weekend. God bless you. I am the King Fan Man. I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.